Hey guys, before we start the video, as always, Chris, nice job, buddy. Chris passed the Border Patrol. Man, he's a good guy. He was already a military vet, so he's trying to get over into the Border Patrol. He did a great job. So he passed, he let me know. So yes, another person passed the structural interview. And yes, Chris said, man, you weren't joking. Those guys are rough. So yeah, they are, buddy. But I got you ready. And he did a great job. Chris, you did a great job. It's all you, man. So great job with that, okay? Number two here is, guys, so along the Border Patrol route here, okay? So I got an email from Chuck about 2 weeks ago. I promised Chuck I'll make a video for this. Sorry, Chuck, a little behind right now. The thing is, he wanted to know what are like 3 or 4 reasons why people don't pass the Border Patrol structured interview the first time. It's a good question because I have about 32% of people who I coach are people who failed the Border Patrol interview on their own, right? Sometimes when they talk to me, they say, oh man, I feel kind of stupid. I feel like I'm dumb, whatever. And it's not that, guys. It's like riding a bike, right? If I never rode a bike before, you give me a bike and say, hey, go ride it, I'm going to crash. Am I dumb? No, I just don't know how to ride the bike. Same thing with this. So here are the 5 reasons why they don't pass the first time. The first thing is you have to understand what STAR is. STAR, situation, task, action, result. The biggest thing of that is result, is like what happened at the end of the action, right? Some questions, let's take a random question. You and your partner are chasing a migrant through the desert, and then your partner catches him. They roll over a few times. The migrant is completely compliant, but your partner does some bad things to him anyway, maybe kick his leg, or curse at him, whatever. What do you do? Well, again, situation. What's the situation, right? What was the task? What was the action? And the biggest thing is the result. They're going to want to know how you handle that. Now, you don't sit there and say, situation, task, action, result. No, you calculate it in your head very fast. What do you do? What I do by coaching, I integrate that into the answer so it's not obvious, but so it flows out of your mouth when you answer it. This is why my folks pass the BP interview the first time, because 90% of my BP people pass the first time because I teach them these techniques. So Chuck, that's the first one, not understanding how the STAR works. Number 2 is, though, they lack real life examples of integrity and judgment. So when you're doing these questions, right, part of the key here is not just to answer the question generically. You want to put yourself in those shoes. The reason why I say is because then you put the listener, the interview panel, into your shoes as well. You have to learn this skill set. It's a skill set you must learn to put the listener into your shoes while you handle the situation. That's critical. If you guys can't do that, you're not going to pass. You have to bring your audience into your story. It's like, why do people say some movies suck and some movies don't suck? Because the ones that don't suck are the ones that put you into the story. You feel lost in that movie. You're into the script, into the actors, you really believe what's happening is really happening, right? The movies that do suck, they're just not believable. They're just too silly, over the top, right? Same thing with the situational interview process for BP. You have to be able to explain yourself in a way that they understand that. Number 3, freezing under pressure. You see, guys, when people first start with me, I give you the same hardcore interview they give you the first time. I'm ruthless because I got to get you thinking this isn't a game. Everybody knows has been through my BP interview coaching. They know my first question purposely trips you up. It's on purpose. Most folks do not know how to answer it, and they always trip up because it's a difficult question to ask. I ask that because it reflects what's going to come towards you in the actual interview. Number 2 is this. It makes you start to think critically, of course, right? Number 3, I want you to start using paramilitary type words, right? Most folks going into BP or CBP or even the FBI, they're civilian. I teach all 3. Civilian, I teach all 3, FBI, CBP, and BP. This is about BP though. So most of them freeze. You got 3 people in front of you, right? They look at you like this. They're not jerks, but they're just being very professional. That's how they do it, right? And that can be intimidating, which of course causes you to freeze up. The reason why you freeze up because you're not getting practice with a professional like myself. That's what's happening. You can have your friends ask you all you want, 1,000 questions if they want to, but it's your friends. They know you. Number 2, how are they going to judge whether the answer is right or wrong? They don't have a clue, right? So that's the problem. I hear this a lot. About 18% of 30% who fail, they say to me, but Mitch, my friend Joe was asking me all these questions, I still failed. Because with Joe, you're comfortable. Joe's not going to critique you. He's not going to coach you. He's going to say, yeah, man, you did good, bro. Let's go out and hang out now. He's not going to really be invested in you like I am. Okay, that's the difference. I have a goal here that everybody who comes to my coaching program passes. I'm at a 90% level right now where they're passing. That's pretty good. Nothing's perfect, but 90% is pretty good, right? If you guys are serious about passing your BP, SI coaching, SI interview, please click the link below. I can help you. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of others. That's how that works, right? Number 4, man, this kills everybody. They walk in there thinking it's a regular interview. They're going to ask you stuff like, where are you going to be in 10 years? What's your strength? What's your weakness? And blah, blah. If you walk into the interview thinking it's going to be a civilian interview like that, you're going to walk out feeling pretty lost and pretty humiliated and pretty much defeated because you didn't prepare properly. The BP interview is not like any other interview. No other interview is like the BP interview. None. If you're not prepping for that, if you're not ready for that, it's going to be hard to get that badge. Now, a few folks do it without me. That's fine. But when you come to me for help, I'm going to help you get past that. I'm going to help you understand how that works so you answer the questions properly. Don't get disillusioned by typing online, oh, give me some BP questions. And it doesn't work that way, guys. I know the formulary. I've been doing this for 5 years. I understand what they want and what they want to hear. That's why my rate is so high. That's why people pass so high, because I know what's coming at you. I understand it thoroughly. Last one here, they don't understand the chain of command. BP is not a solo show, right? It just isn't. Yeah, you drive solo a lot of times. You may seem solo out there a lot, but you have to understand there's a chain of command. You have colleagues out there who will respond to you. You have to put those into your answer. It's a paramilitary outfit. Therefore, you must answer things in a paramilitary way. I'm a military police vet. I have a lot of experience with the BP world and the CBP world. I understand what these guys are going to want to hear, how they're going to want to hear it, the way they're going to want to hear it, right? Even the way you deliver it. They want to hear that confidence in your voice, right? The eye contact through the Zoom. They want to hear all that. I feel bad to have 30% of people come to me for BP who didn't pass the first time. But then I feel great because I have a very low percentage who don't pass the second time. Most pass the second time. And it's always this. After the first interview, it's oh my gosh, no wonder I didn't pass. They always say that, right? And it's fine to say that because with me, you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to have a hard time. You're supposed to be discombobulated because I'm there to make you not discombobulated, make you more confident, show you my formulary, show you what capping means, show you how to answer things in STAR, show you how to respond like a professional, like you already have the badge and this is just a formality. Chuck, that's the deal, man. Well, that's why 5 people do not pass. So 5 reasons why people don't pass, is those 5 reasons are why. Chuck, thank you for the awesome question today. I really appreciate that. Chris, again, nice work, brother. Good job. All right, you guys, if you're serious about getting to BP, click the link below, join my coaching program, get into my calendar, and I'll see you guys on the other side.